internet, this is Benedek here. Very welcome to my channel. In today's episode, I would like to show you how to create and customize a terrain in Unity. So let's just open up Unity Hub. And now we can open our project, the simple 3D tutorial one. Okay, here we go, guys. So now I can just get rid of this plane because that was only for demonstration purpose. So I'm just going to delete it, and I can create a new terrain here, and it will just generate it for me. It's actually huge, as you can see it. And now it is absolutely empty. So it's not a very sophisticated terrain set, as we can see. But we have many tools to customize it actually. So if you select this option, this paint terrain, here you can see multiple options like raise or lower terrain, or paint texture, set height, set smooth, smooth height, stamp terrain. So we're going to check them. So the raise and lower terrain means just we can, you know, mountains like this one, and also we can just customize everything here. So if I will reduce the, or yes, if I reduce the brush size, then it will affect only a smaller region. And if I manipulate the opacity, it will be just something like of strength. And I can always hit Ctrl plus Z to undo my changes. So opacity just means strength actually. So the lower opacity, the lower strength is. And we can just create mountains like that, or we can do something like set height, and if it's 0, then it will just, as you can see, just vanish our mountains actually. Okay, and of course we can change a brush head as well. So we can raise terrain like this actually, and we can play around with it. And now it is looking a little bit weird. It's because auto generate lighting is on, so it's actually baking the light. Now in Unity there are many ways for lighting, and baking light is also one of them. So I will probably create another video where I will explain these things, but for now I would like to probably disable it. So I go for window and general, or not, sorry, rendering, lighting settings, and probably I should just untick this real-time global illumination, and also this baked global illumination as well. So in this case, Unity won't suffer with just creating a baked light. Now I will explain what that actually means later on. Probably I will have a video dedicated to lighting and shadows and raycasting in Unity, but for now we just need to do that, not to bake the lights for now. And we can do something like smooth height, and it will just, you know, smooth the edges. I don't know if you can see it, but it just, you know, makes the transition between the edges like more smooth, or yes, that's probably the best way to say it. And you can always change the brush, as you can see, the shape of it, and you can just play with these little guys here. Now probably I will show you how you can add colors to this and how you can add vegetation, I mean trees and plants to this one. So you can go for paint trees, but now you cannot really add trees because you do not have one. Yes. So what we can do is go to Unity Asset Store and get some assets. So you can either go to your web browser and search for Unity Asset Store, or just hit Ctrl+9 and it will open up Unity Asset Store here in the Unity editor. And here now I'm logged in, as you can see. Here I can go for something like the standard assets. Now it's very good, actually almost the best free asset in Unity. So I would like to just download it, or probably I have it downloaded, so I can just go and update it, and then I can import that one to my project, because it contains basically cars and any other vehicles like planes, and I believe even trees, characters, so many cool stuff. So I can just import it. It will take some time if you're on a slower machine. Okay, here we go. Now we can specify what we want from this. Actually, it's a huge package, so unless you need all of this stuff, you shouldn't really download and import all of them. So I'm gonna go for none, and I will just try to find what I will need to use. So I think I would like to have, so as you can see, I don't want first person character for now, and I don't want animator and many other stuff here. So I'm looking for terrain assets, textures, or something like that. Environment, yes, probably that's the package I want to just use. Yes, terrain assets, as you can see. Okay, so I think this, if you only use the environment, then it will be good. So I'm going to import that one. Okay, here we go. The standard assets are imported. So the package standard assets is imported. We are going to use the terrain assets under the environment. And here we go. As you can see, there are grass albedos and there are surface textures, and we are going to use the surface textures from here. So I would like to assign like this grass hill texture to my terrain. So I will go here, and I would like to use the paint texture from here, and now I can say something like edit terrain layers, and I can create a new layer. And as you can see, there are multiple options, and we are looking for this grass hill albedo. When I select it, then it will be applied to my terrain. Okay, cool, that's what we were looking for. And now I can just bring in some trees as well, because they are also, so in the standard assets under environment and terrain assets, there are trees as well. So I go for paint trees, and here under edit trees I can add the tree, and here tree prefab we can just go for something like this one. Okay, and notice that it's desktop set, which means so only this one can be used on mobile, or probably these ones are also compatible with mobile devices, but it is optimized for those. But for now, it's perfect for us. And as you can see, here we can specify the brush size and the tree density, which means when I will use this, it won't create, yes, and I have to add it, of course. So it won't create only one tree, but it will create actually many of them, as you can see. So probably I will reduce the tree density to, let's say, something like of 20. And as you can see, it's huge amount as well. And these trees are very, very high, as you can see, even as high as our mountains almost. So of course that's not what we want. So go under paint trees, and probably we would like to say that this tree height should be lower, and actually with this scalar you can specify a random amount, so two random numbers, and between those values you can just so it will just generate trees, as you can see. So now there are very, very small trees and very, very high trees as well. Okay, but if I wanna reduce that, I can just create almost so trees of almost the same height. And you can also, of course, use the Ctrl plus Z if you want to remove or undo your changes, and Ctrl plus Y will redo it, of course. And we can, play around with this, and also we can use the color variation as well. And also we can, of course, use particular other textures, I mean for the ground. If I go for edit terrain layers here under the paint terrain, I can create another layer, and let's see something like this grass rocky albedo. And if I select that one, then actually, if you can see it, I am just using my brush tool here. Now it's a little path here which we have just created, and it's looking great. And you can see that now our main camera is not looking actually at this terrain. So now to fix that, we should just bring our main camera, or actually it's assigned to our cube. So we can first find our cube by double clicking it, and we can see that here is our cube, but for some reason we cannot really see it. Okay, here we go. This is our little cube. And of course we cannot see it because actually we are looking sort of out of it, because now the main camera is assigned to it. So this whole world is rendered by so it's relative to the main camera and to the cube as well. So if I hit the move tool, I can just bring up a little bit this one. Oh, not that one, that's the directional light, but I can, of course, select the cube, and I can just move it to the ground, actually. Okay, so now it's on the ground. Okay, so actually Here we go, and if I hit play, then we can just move around, because at the previous video we have created our character controller, or our basic cube controller, let's say that, and that works perfectly. Okay, so that's the way how you can easily create a new terrain and customize it a little bit with the standard assets, and you can also go for paint texture, and as you can see, you can add more and more layers, like this cliff albedo as well, and probably you would like to use it to the top of the mountains or anywhere else. So you can play around with this and use whatever you would like to. Now for this video I will just probably leave it as it is for now, but you can just really play around with this. Now I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something from it, and we will meet next time. Be safe out there. Bye.